Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to MJC Sports YouTube channel. Max, how you doing tonight, my brother?
Doing good one. Just coming off of Monday Night Football. What a showing. What a showing. I'm
Offensive
good. How are you?
fireworks, baby.
Yeah,
I
that's
almost got scared
I
there
don't
for a
know.
moment. I had Jalen Hurts and Saquon on my fantasy. I needed 10 points. And I was
I bet you
sweating it
waited.
out. I was sweating
Yeah,
it
no,
out for
but
like the first
yeah.
half.
I think a combination of the field, two awesome defenses, and I guess head coaches who look like they had a couple of shots before the game on both sides led to that performance. It was a very strange game.
Yeah.
First Monday Night Football game since '09, 0-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
It's even crazier in today's
Ravens
NFL.
Browns, the last one to do it.
I'm pretty sure I watched that game and I was like,
Same.
"What is this?"
You know what I
So
was
it was
expecting,
strange.
Max? I was
Mhm.
expecting the game that they were gonna say because I was thinking about it even before they brought up that stat. Do you remember watching that ugly ass game, Pittsburgh and Miami, when the field was just absolute like mud?
Oh,
It was
I thought you were
years
also
ago.
gonna say it was Jacksonville versus like the Ravens, and it was just like a dogfight. But
Probably.
it was like same thing, and it was just like the field was mud.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, we're going to be talking about Sunday, of course. Little Monday recap. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below any thoughts, opinions that you guys have. All right, Max. We got a jam-packed weekend, bro. Where do you want to start? We got Brian Daboll that got fired today, so it's a blessing in disguise that we did our pod on Monday today.
Yeah.
I feel like it's fair to
I
start there, right?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say we could do Monday night afterwards. I think I want to start with Daboll. I was very surprised at this decision, to say the least. What do you think before I get into my take?
Look, I was kind of shocked that they actually did it and there was no hesitation in it. Like I would
In the
think that
season too.
yeah, like during the season they fire Brian Daboll and I don't know. Like who are you going to get? That's my question. Is this going to be a soap opera? I've heard some things about Bill Belichick who's struggling at North Carolina. That's wishful thinking, he's a
I
Giants
don't know
guy.
about that one.
But I mean, I think Brian Daboll kind of messed up in the fact that I felt like he should have started Jackson Dart in the beginning of the season. I think
No,
that's
no kidding.
yeah, I think that's what's gonna wind up hurting him because I feel like they win that Dallas game. I feel like they give a better shot against Washington week 1 with Jackson Dart.
Yeah, correct.
But
Yeah.
I mean, this is 4 blown leads now, Max, and it's hard to give him an excuse. I know that it's tough and like, Jackson Dart concussion and Bo Nix going crazy with Denver and Scatterboo getting hurt. Like it's tough, but 4 blown fourth quarter leads and in disaster fashion is very hard to ignore. So that's just plain devil's advocate. I'm shocked though. I wouldn't have thought that they would do it during the season.
Yeah, the Giants are an organization too that typically waits unless the coach is like a nightmare. I think they did it to Pat Shermer. I think they did it to Joe Judge. But for the most part, you think of the New York Giants and they're a pretty stable franchise. I think this is going to be a move that might haunt them down the road. One thing I'll give Brian Daboll is there's not going to be a number you can say like, think about like their offensive over the course of his tenure. No, the offense wasn't always pretty with Daniel Jones and that offensive line. He's going to go down as 20 wins, 40 losses, and a tie. It's a pretty bad record. What I am shocked by is the fact that they hit on Jackson Dart. I'm pretty sure they hit big. And I
Absolutely.
think the worst thing you can do to a quarterback's development is just, hey, new coaching staff's coming in. Hey, we're going to have to redo this. I don't feel like there's the candidate like last year with like Ben Johnson. You know what I mean? There's not that guy out there right now. Aaron Glenn, I know he's a defensive coordinator, but Brian Daboll is a quarterback whisperer. Let's not forget what he did in Buffalo. Let's not forget the type of guy he was, the offense they ran. And I don't think we should forget about the offense it looked like with Jackson Dart the first few starts. He barely had Malik Neighbors. You only had a few games of Scattaboo. This team, like when I look at coaches who just get fired, like Mike McDaniels earlier in the year was like, "This is the coach you should have fired," and I stand by it. I know they just came off this great upset against the Bills, but the team had quit. Like you saw games where the team had just quit, right? Not shown up. Same thing when we talk about the Panthers. It's like, well, you got like quotes from guys saying, "We're not ready. We don't have this. We got to prepare more." The Giants were a team that was like competing. Like they should have won these games. I know they blow lead, but it's like they're a really young team. You look at a lot of their best players, it's young guys. So that's where I'm like, man, I feel like you're building something. And I think like now we're like, okay, well, now we're gonna search for identity again.
Yeah.
And that's the part to me where I'm like, you might have some like remorse after doing this trade. Excuse me, doing this move. Unless you lost a locker room and they're like players were like mutiny, but you never heard any of that stuff.
Right.
You didn't hear it.
And it looks like Jackson Dart loves him. He loves Jackson Dart. Look, if I completely agree with you on the Jackson part, on the Jackson Dart point, is I think he's going to be at worst, top 15 quarterback in the league. He's definitely capable of playing quarterback. I think they hit big. And the one criticism that I have, and I said this after his first start, the dude has to learn how to slide. And
I think we
I
said
feel
that
like
in the
if
said
he
that last
can,
like in the draft process one. He
yeah,
was crazy like that.
if he just slides, they win that game. I'm confident that
I
they
think
win
so
that
too.
game. And he fumbles the ball and they lose the lead, and shit goes
But see, like,
south.
but that's the part where it's like he's a rookie. This is the time you do it. It's not like the Giants were going to win this year anyway. And honestly, I feel like this is going to be a pretty sought after job when you think about the talent they do have. Because like this isn't a team that just there's nobody right one. It's like, damn, we're going to get Scattaboo back. Malik Neighbors is coming back. We have a really good defensive line. We need some DBs, sure, but like there's building blocks for this team. So
Yeah.
whatever coach takes it over, like you can't come into the Giants next year, whoever takes over the job, and be like, okay, we're rebuilding. No, you are gonna have to push the chips on the table to
Yeah.
get this thing going in the right direction.
Yeah. And looking at it from this aspect with Brian Daboll, I would be excited if I'm Pete Carroll guy with the Raiders right now. Am I thinking that they can maybe hire Brian Daboll? Yes. Like I would be happy. I wanted them to hire Brian Daboll when he was a free agent. And I think other teams are going to be salivating at the mouth for a guy like Brian Daboll. Like I'm pretty confident he's going to get at the very least an offensive coordinator job, and he's going to do very, very good wherever he lands. What do you think?
I would agree with you. I would think that too. I think there's going to be teams that line up for him. They've been talking about the Bills offense coordinator Joe Brady maybe leaving.
Yeah.
Maybe he gets the head coaching gig. If I'm Buffalo, I'm like, yo, come, this perfect. And I think Brian Daboll is kind of a victim of the circumstance. Like you have to think his first year, he gets a healthy Daniel Jones as a decent O-line. They go 9-7, make the playoffs. They win a game. Then it's like 6-11, 3-14, and it's just like, but that roster was so bad.
Injury riddle though,
Like
because that second season,
I'm saying, like
Saquon
you
got
can't
hurt.
put that all on him. The roster, you can't
Yeah.
put that just on him, and that's what's a little confusing too. Is the GM is safe in all this?
Right.
Unless, like I said, unless Brian Daboll didn't want Jackson Dart, and the GM was like, "Yo, no, this is the guy." But from what I believed, Brian Daboll had to have a say in that.
And from his expressions and the way that he reacts and interacts with Jackson Dart, that is far from the truth. I feel like Jackson Dart was his guy. He loves Jackson Dart. But hey, the Giants lose another one. It's tough sledding. I don't know who they're going to hire. I would highly doubt that someone is better than Brian Daboll. And it's yet to be seen. What do you think? Do you think anyone's out there that's better than Brian Daboll as of right now? I know there's a lot of coaches that are waiting to be fired in the future, but
Well, here'd be my input one, and this is gonna we're gonna kind of transition to Monday Night Football. Is there a team you're like staring at right now, and you're like, that is the cream of the crop? Like, there's a lot of teams right now where you're like, we have questions about every team in football, pretty much, right? Would you agree?
yes, 100%.
Like, I can't confidently say the Eagles are the best team in football. I can't confidently say the Bills are from what I've seen. I can't. And then I would say, like, last year we knew Ben Johnson at the end of the year was going to be a hot commodity coach. We also thought that about Bobby Slowick, who obviously it went the complete opposite direction. But it's like we knew Aaron Glenn was a hot commodity. We knew Kellen Moore was going to be a hot commodity. Right now, I don't see the guy. I don't see where the hot commodity is going to be right now.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Maybe
There's
Clint
really
Kubiak won't. Maybe Clint Kubiak might be one of those guys.
yeah. There's gonna be a guy like a quarterback
Coach or
coach from like the
OC.
Rams. Like the Rams quarterback coaches get jobs like almost every year that coming out the Kevin O'Connells, like
It's
those
worked.
and it's worked every year. But
Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor, so I don't know who the quarterback coach is off the top of my head for the Rams, but I would think he's a hot commodity right now. The next guy in line from the McVay tree. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Nobody's really like killing it right now besides Kubiak from the Seahawks. And so it's yet to be seen. Joe Brady's not lighting the world on fire. But let's talk about the Eagles and Packers. As far as the game goes, like we said, it was a slow game. It was a defensive game. But I want to
Ugly.
fast forward. I want to fast forward to the fourth quarter. What do you think about that fourth down that they went on? I
Well,
thought that was crazy.
I have a better question. Which head coach did a worse job in the fourth quarter?
I would say,
Because they were fighting for it. They were fighting for that.
yeah,
I would say Sirianni because I think what was inexcusable was Eagles had the ball 1st and 10 towards the Packers side of the field. They had already passed midfield. There's 2:40 on the clock. They run a play. Packers call timeout, 2:32. It's 2nd and 8. You come out of the timeout. You throw the ball away. Then
yeah,
incomplete pass. You didn't even make them take one more timeout. Like,
yeah,
I understand if you want to throw it on 2nd down, sure, but run it and burn it. Maybe you spring a run. You pin them back.
yeah,
You just can't go to like that was the worst possible thing.
yeah.
And then for the Eagles and then the Packers, that 4th down was awful. They literally lined
Absolutely.
up nonchalantly. They were like, "Yeah, we're just going to get 1 yard on the Eagles, no biggie. Like they're going to concede this yard." No, they weren't. They were absolutely not. And it was
Yeah.
beyond stupid. And then, like I said, that last the game should have been over right there if the Eagles had run the ball one time.
Yeah.
Then you could have just kneeled the ball. Then instead, you're on the 40-yard line. I get you're afraid to kick. Take the delay of game and punt the effing ball. Pin them back.
Your defense has been playing amazing. They gave up 1 touchdown
Pin
all
the
game.
ball back. All they have to do is get 50 yards. Like you're going to be literally they're 1 completion away. They're on the 40-yard line. You need to get 20 yards, 25 yards.
Yeah.
And you have 14 seconds on the clock. No timeouts. Why would you not just rather them have to go 80 yards or like 50 or 70?
Yeah.
What was the point of that?
I mean, I guess
Matt
like
LaFleur,
throwing up.
What are you doing?
I get it as far as like because I feel like a lot of teams do this as far as like the deep ball, where you throw the deep ball on 4th down or 3rd down, you get the chance of your guy making a play. If he intercepts it, okay, it's a touchback, or they're pinned down there in their own side of the field. And number 3, you get a penalty. Guy going up for the ball, you can maybe get a penalty, game over.
Good thing the Eagles got none of those things. They literally got
Right.
pat the ball down.
Exactly.
Like worst case scenario.
Right.
One more thing I'd like to add on to this whole situation is how do you do you not understand the flow of the game, Nick Sirianni? And part of me thinks that decision, someone on the Eagles staff told him, "Yo, we should go for it." Because as soon as the play was over, did you see him on the sideline going, "Why do we do that?"
Yeah.
So that was strange to me. I would love to hear their explanation of it after the game. We're doing this right after, so after this, I'm going to go do some research because that was the most abysmal 4th down and go for it for no reason I've seen ever.
Yeah.
That was the worst one ever.
But you know what? On Philly side, Philly is what they're 7-2 now. They're first in the NFC East. They're in the driver's seat. I don't see anybody catching up to them. Dallas is a mess. Washington is absolutely crushed. They're done. They're not going to do anything. So the Eagles are sitting nice right now. As far as the Packers go,
How
I felt
concerned are you?
I'm concerned. Look, it's not even the fact that number one, this is a pattern. They play ugly. It's like this is their team. They muck it up. They're a defensive team, but their offense is anemic. And the one thing that they had going for them on offense was Tucker Kraft. He's done. He's out for the season. I think that's one of the most underrated injuries that we have had so far in the season. That's how impactful Tucker Kraft was to this team. Because they can't do anything. Their receivers are just mediocre. Like Christian
I
Watson's
mean,
cool.
they are
Dobbs
missing
got
Jaden
hurt.
Reed. Yeah, they're missing Jaden Reed. They're missing Matthew Golden. I mean, Matthew Golden wasn't lighting the world on fire when he was healthy.
Yeah.
Jaden Reed, I think they desperately need back. But the way they're calling plays, like they have open looks, and Jordan Love's just not looking in the right place. And it's like you said, it's sloppy. It's illegal procedures. It's guys running into each other on routes.
But this is
I'm
not
sorry,
just this week.
that happens on the first week. That happens week 1 and 2. That don't happen week 8 after a bye week.
Yeah,
right.
But this is nothing new for them. Like you were saying it last week.
Agree.
You were like, "Hey, like are we watching the Packers here?" Cuz besides the Detroit game, Washington and Cowboy game, their offense has almost like taken forever to get going every single game. And it's like you lose to the Panthers, you lose to the Eagles, you lose to the Browns. Like these are games.
You should have lost to the Cowboys.
You should have lost to the Cowboys. So I don't know how to feel. Like right now they're 5-3-1. They still got to play Minnesota, Detroit another time, and they still got to play the Bears twice. Like I know the Bears are kind of like getting lucky wins at this point. They're just finding a
I
way.
feel like this is a perfect segue to talk about how there's a lot of teams in the NFL right now, and I think more than usual, where they're winning, but they're just winning in ways that are not sustainable. You just said the Bears.
Yeah.
How do you feel good if you're a Bears fan about what you saw? Hey, let's throw in Denver to that. We didn't really talk about Thursday Night Football. I want to talk about it. Denver, Chicago, even other, like there's a couple other teams, like maybe Buffalo to a certain degree. How do you feel good about the wins you're getting? Because, hey, was Caleb Williams good at all through 3 quarters? Not at all. They look like a mess.
I would throw Baltimore in there. I know the score doesn't really say it, but I feel like Baltimore was letting Minnesota hang around way too long for the way that Minnesota was playing. Really, the only team that I feel as confident in, I think the Patriots.
I think Seattle too. I think
Seattle and the Rams. Seattle and the Rams. But as far as
but was the Colts were they like, wow, how are we struggling with Atlanta this week? Why is Atlanta in this? And I know it's Atlanta,
right?
And I know we have to do that thing where they have to play down to their level of competition. I mean, or play up. But yeah, it's just like, what are we doing with these teams? So like, there's a lot of pretenders. I'd say there's a lot of contenders.
Yeah. So let's stay on the NFC side of things. As far as teams that you trust the most, I'm going to bring up the standings and I'll tell you the top teams in the NFC. And I want you to name 3 teams out of all these guys that you trust the most. The 3 teams: Philly, Seattle, Detroit, Tampa Bay, Rams, Bears, Packers, Niners, Panthers. Those are all the teams with a 500 record or more.
Detroit, the Rams, Philly, and I would throw Tampa in there as well.
What about?
I don't trust anyone else.
Did you say Seattle?
No, I didn't.
Wow. Okay. You didn't like what you seen?
No, I love what I've seen. It's just like this is the first year of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think we kind of have to just slowly but surely and I know that sounds contradictory because I just said, yo, like, though you have to trust the way they're playing. I trust the way they're playing. Like, they're playing very good, but they're also in like the first year of this, right? Like last year, they were meh. They were okay. Last year, the Eagles were good. Tampa Bay was good. The Rams were really good. The Lions were really good. I trust Seattle. Like, I trust them going forward. I know they're going to be a contender down the year. I just don't know if I trust them more than like those established
Yeah.
teams, if that makes sense.
I would say this. It's only 3 teams for me. I trust the Rams, Eagles, and Tampa Bay. I don't trust
Okay, so you think the same? You think the
yeah.
same as
I
me? And
just don't
it's not
trust
like they
Detroit.
suck.
I don't
Really?
yeah, I'm kind of look, I know they beat down like Washington this week and like I had Jahmyr Gibbs on my fantasy team, so like I'm excited about that. But um I feel like the
A little weird with Dan Campbell.
yes,
A
the
little
play
weird.
calling thing, I still don't trust their defense. Their offense is I feel like they're selling themselves short at times. Like I feel like they could be doing a lot better stuff. And this week it was against Washington and it looks great, but I need to see more. I really do. I need to see
I
more.
got you.
I'm not going to get hypnotized by one game against Washington where everyone is beating down on the Commanders. Like everyone is just beating down on that team because they have a bunch of injuries and they're just not that good. So I'm gonna wait and see on Detroit. But as far as the other teams go, like I still trust Philly as weird as they look at times. I know that they're going to come up for big games. And number 2, one of the biggest problems that we had about Philly going into the 2 weeks ago, edge rushers, pressure.
Yeah.
Jalen
I
Phillips
no,
looked
I talked
amazing this tonight.
looks really good. I think that's a sign of things to come. Hey, Zach Tom was back. I thought this was a good this was a good Green Bay Packers line.
Yeah.
I know they lost the tackle early in the second quarter, but still, I was impressed by Jalen Phillips.
Yeah.
No bye week, came off a little bit of a rest, balled out. I thought he was a player of the game on defense.
Yeah. And since we're on the NFC, let's go to the Rams, man. The Rams beat the San Francisco 49ers 42-26. I think it's looking a little bad for me and you as far as those MVP. I really wish we could have got Stafford in there because he looks like an MVP candidate. As it's just
He won't win it. They'll never give him the credit. I was wrong. I agree.
yeah,
But they were like us. They overlooked Stafford, and they will
right.
continue to overlook him because the way he plays quarterback is not the sexy way. It's literally just, I'm going to dissect you. I'm going to throw lasers all over the field. But the Rams, I think right now, are the NFC's most dangerous team. I think more than the Eagles. We talked about they might not have the most talent on defense, but the way they play, the way they're coached, and I mean the D line is scary, but the other guys is what I mean, like the linebackers, safeties, they're sound. I mean, they're getting the most out of Emmanuel Forbes, who was a bust for the Washington Commanders.
Yeah. And I would say this about the Rams, man. Uh their offense is a treat to watch because you would think like they have some playmakers. They have Puka Nakua, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams, but they really do punch your shit in. Like they punch you in the mouth. And
Yeah, they're not a finesse team like people would think. They really want to like get after you.
they run 12 personnel and they're gonna run the ball down your throat. And I'm convinced they're the best play action team in the league. I used to think that was Detroit, especially like the last like 3 years. It's been Detroit. Sorry, it's the Rams. I think the Rams have the best play action game in the NFL. I don't think it's close, and it's been amazing to watch. Like Stafford has been like 20 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, something like that. I think he has maybe 2. Like he's playing out of his mind, bro. And I was saying this early on the Rams.
25 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
There you go. Like
38 years old, 37 years old.
and it's
Sorry.
everybody. Like it's not it ain't no facade where it's like, "Oh, it's just Puka Nakua. That's it." No, like they use Terrence Ferguson, Davis Allen, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, your boy. He has his moments. Like they have a little two-back system going on there.
Tutu Atwell is their big play waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to slow down? I think Devontae Adams might miss some time. He's got an oblique injury. Those are tricky.
The one question mark that we have about the Rams is that they haven't played Seattle, which is next week. I think once they beat Seattle, which I'm confident that they will, I'm going to say it right now. I think the Rams are better than Seattle. I think they're going to beat down on the Seahawks. And I
It's a
think once
really
they do that,
intriguing matchup.
everyone's going to talk about them as a Super Bowl contender. But I was saying it from the beginning. I really like the Rams going into the season. I thought that they were a Super Bowl contender before this. And barring injury, they're going to be full steam ahead. And they look absolutely fantastic, bro. Let's talk about the Seahawks on the other side. They beat down on the Cardinals.
About the 49ers? Nothing about the Niners?
What do you think? What do you think of the Niners? I think, the injuries are piling up. It is what it is.
Yeah, correct. I mean, they had some decent moments, but I think the defense showed. They gave up, 36, 38? How much was it?
I'll say this. Obviously, they're missing Bosa, so I'm not going to give myself too much
Williams.
crow. Yeah, I mean, they're missing a lot of guys. I'm not going to give myself too much crow, but I would have thought that their defense would be a little bit better going into this season and showing a little bit more heart than what they're showing right now. Like I said, they're shorthanded. They don't got Nick Bosa, but I was really high on the Niners defense. I was really high on the Niners coming into the season. I thought that they will shut a lot of people up. A lot of people had a lot of question marks, but obviously injuries come involved and stuff like that. But they got one of the worst defenses in the league. I'm going to say that. Like, a lot of people don't realize how bad their defense is. Their offense is good. Mac Jones is capable. George Kittle got going. CMC does his thing. Like, their offense is capable of putting up points. It's the defense. The defense is horrendous. It is bad. It's tough to watch. Tough to watch if you're a Niner fan.
Mac Jones continues to play good. That's all I'm going to say. And it's going to create a problem.
I don't think, honestly, I don't think Brock Purdy's going to come back. I've heard some things where I don't believe he's going to come back. I find it hard to believe, but we'll see what happens. Let's talk about Seattle. Seattle beats down Arizona. For the whole half, they looked like they were going to win the Super Bowl. Their defense was just scoring touchdowns. Sam Darnold threw a bomb to Jackson Smith and Jigba where, like, okay, the Seahawks are here. They're going to stay, but Arizona Cardinals kind of, put a chip in the armor a little bit. They're putting up a little bit of points.
No,
you don't think so?
This game was over after the first quarter. It was 35-0. Sam Darnold threw the ball 12 times in this game. They ran the ball 46 times long.
Yeah, but Sam Darnold
They shit was over.
They
I know they had a couple plays, but this game was 35-0 in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Seattle's defense is going to be an intriguing as hell matchup. I don't think people give Mike McDonald enough credit. He was one of the best DCs we saw. That is why he got this job. Remember in Baltimore how good he was.
Yeah.
Their defense hasn't looked nearly the same since he left. And he's got this defensive line, especially, I want to highlight them, playing. I think they might be the best defensive line of football. And they might not be the biggest names, the most talent, but the way they're kicking ass on a weekly basis. Like I said, I'm not trying to say they're the most talented group, but the way they are playing right now, the way Leonard Williams, the dude from Texas, like Byron
DeMarcus
Murphy's
Lawrence,
kicking ass. DeMarcus Lawrence looks like he's at a revival.
Yeah, little DeMarcus Ware ish,
and Wonsu, Uchenna Nwansu.
Yeah,
they're playing amazing. That's all I'm going to say. And I think if there's one way to get the Rams, you gotta kick their ass on the trenches.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think the Rams are going to kick their ass. I know a lot of people love the Seahawks.
I disagree.
I know a lot of people love the Seahawks, but I think the Rams are on a whole nother level. I think we're really going to see this offense have to score points with the Rams. I don't think the Rams are going to be stopped on offense.
They've been scoring one.
Scoring. Yeah, but I don't think let's look at Seattle. Let's see who they beat just to refresh my memory. So they lost to San Francisco week 1. Yeah, they beat Pittsburgh, bad defense. They beat the Saints, bad defense. They beat the Cardinals, bad defense. Put up a lot of points against the Bucs.
Wouldn't say that.
They put up a lot of points against the Bucs. They lost that game, but their offense showed up. JSN balled out. Jacksonville got a win. scored 20 points. They beat Houston, who's not all that good.
Come on. What are you talking? The
They're not
defense,
all
so they
that
put up
good.
27.
Yeah, they put
The
up 27.
defense? The defense.
The defense is really good. Washington, they beat down Washington. They're not that good. Any fight on that?
No, I
And
agree.
then Arizona.
I mean, no, but look, stop talking. You're wrong. You are wrong. They had a good offensive showing against the Houston Texans.
We'll see how they do against the
about?
Rams. We'll see how they do against the Rams. I'm excited to see that game. Hold on. My bad. My camera wound up freezing. But I would say this. I hope it's a great game for NFL's sake, but I'm picking the Rams.
I swear,
I think the Rams are going to blow them out.
You got so much hate of Pete Carroll. You just can't even support Seattle anymore.
I know I can't support
That's
Seattle.
No,
I think I'm really big on Stafford and McVay. I have confidence in them. I agree. I know you think that it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a great game. Who are you picking? What do you think is going to win?
I would stick with the Rams. No, I would still pick the Rams, but I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk. Seattle's a really good team. They are playing really well. We can't just say it's fool's gold because they haven't had that super tough schedule. They've beaten some quality teams and they've played some quality team stuff like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And I love that you brought that up. I want to transition to a team that, if you really look at their schedule, it's been mediocre. The Denver Broncos, 8-2. If you look at all the quarterbacks that they played, Cam Ward, I'm just going to say their wins. Cam Ward, Jake Browning. They beat Jalen Hurts. They beat the Eagles. But then Justin Fields, Jackson Dart, Dak Prescott, and Davis Mills. No, that was not Davis Mills. CJ Stroud and Geno Smith. No, Davis. Yeah, no, you're right, because Davis Mills was more than halfway through that game. You're absolutely right.
They took him out. I want to say this. The defense has been good. The defense has been what we thought.
And just on a side note, Max,
league in sex.
You said that Seattle's possibly the best defensive line. I think Denver has the best defensive line. Seattle's really good, but I think Denver has the best defensive line in football.
What's crazy is, again, I wouldn't look at their talent and be like, damn, they got so many
kind of same
guys
thing
in the stable.
Yeah.
Like, who's their marquee guy
Nick
other
Bonito.
than Zach Allen? No, like, I know, let me rephrase. They have good players. So it's like Nick Bonito's really good. Zach Allen's really good. But you're not like, yo, we're about to make Nick Bonito the highest paid edge in football.
Right.
Like, we're not going to do that, right? It's not like they don't have the Mike Parsons we got. They don't have Jalen Carter. They have really good guys, though, on the line. Yeah. The defense, to me, has been as good as advertised, even missing Patrick Surtain. This offense, though, I don't know what the F they're doing. They should have lost against the Raiders. I hate to say this one, but as bad as the Raiders are, the fact that the Raiders defense sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
I'm gonna say this: the offense is anemic. You're absolutely right. It wasn't because it was the Texans defense. You said it. I'm gonna eat crow for it. They struggled against the Raiders, and this has to stop. They play the Chiefs next week. It's a big test. We're gonna really see what they're made of. And I tell you one thing: if Bo Nix comes out and he does this first quarter BS, where in the first half he was just absolutely terrible, he can't hit a freaking anything out there.
Like, he can't hit like a 10-yard button hook. No, it's just like
nothing. Absolutely nothing. And their run game is anemic. Like, everything about them, like the offense is just out of sync. That's just not going to fly.
Is Quinn Mears out for like a long time? I know he got banged up, but is he fine?
I'm not sure.
Because like the way their offensive line is just getting pushed around is pretty surprising to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree.
No, absolutely.
Let's not forget this. It's Sean Payton. You are an offensive mastermind.
Yeah.
They traded a first-round pick to get you. The offense started off slow last year. Rookie quarterback, cool. You have no excuse. You have no excuse for it to look this bad. You can't just – if you're going to struggle against the Houston Texans defense, totally get it. I get it, right? You can't struggle the same way against the Raiders defense. You can't.
Yeah.
Like, they're starting Caillou Blue Kelly. They're starting Darian Porter. Eric Stokes was in a trash can before they signed him. What are we doing?
Yeah. I agree. It looked really bad on
I
Thursday.
think
It was probably one of
I
the
really
worst
think,
games that we have seen this year. On a side note, it was bad.
and if I'm a Raiders fan, I'm like, man, is this defense actually solid? And then you're like, oh yeah, we just got destroyed by the Bears.
Right.
But I think this is a good segue. Why don't you do I'll do the AFC teams at the top, and you tell me who you trust. How's that sound?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up the standings. Give me 1 second. So I'm gonna just say the ones that like are relevant. I'm not gonna go into like
Yeah, just
the
go
Jags.
to top 8.
Yeah.
Top 8 teams.
Patriots, Buffalo Bills, Indianapolis Colts. I'm sorry. Okay, Indianapolis Colts, Denver, New England, Pittsburgh, Chargers, Buffalo, Jacksonville, Kansas City. That's top 8.
I only trust 2, and that's Indy and New England, as shocking as that sounds. I think this is a great segue to talk about the Patriots. We're 35 minutes in, and we haven't talked about them. Shout out to Isaiah. He's probably mad if he's watching this. The Patriots are back. That was very impressive. I watched the majority of that game. I had a solo screen for that one, so I had really close eyes on it. And Drake Maye is amazing, bro. It's everything that we thought that in the draft process that he can be. The running aspect of him under pressure. I mean, dimes downfield to Matt Collins, like the 2-point conversion to Stephon Diggs making plays out there. And then
I mean, the touchdown before half was unbelievable. I cannot believe that was like Madden.
And
it was
I don't
like,
think
we're going to literally waste it down, which I don't agree with.
Yeah, and I don't think Tampa Bay played all that bad. Like, I thought Tampa Bay came out with some great urgency.
Bro, let's not forget, this is Todd Bowles. This is like one of the hell on earth guys if you're a rookie quarterback. Would you agree?
Yeah.
You don't want to see Todd Bowles.
Yeah.
And Drake Maye played excellent. I mean, like, the numbers aren't going to – I think he completed like only 50% of his passes. He only had like 300, like 270
One of those, you
yards.
have to watch the game to see.
Yeah, it was just big time throw, big time play. And oh my God, I text you this. Hey, Patriots, TreVeyon Henderson is explosive. No shit, right? I can't believe it. That's my first curse of the pod. I think it's warranted. TreVeyon Henderson, so happy for you, dude. Ramondre Stevenson, you were cool for like 2 years. It's time. Give the ball to TreVeyon Henderson and let him go get big chunk plays.
Well,
thank you.
It took Ramondre going down, and it took Tim Jennings going down as well for them to feed him. So I think it's yet to be seen. Ramondre's back this week. Ramondre's back this week.
Come on, though.
I know. I feel you. I truly believe they want Ramondre to be involved. Ramondre is going to still be involved.
He can be involved. He just can't be the bell cow.
Right. 100%. And TreVeyon, I'm happy for him too. I was very excited for him to break off those runs. I thought it was a very heads up play for him to look at the sidelines to see if he should score or not. Him as a young rookie having the heads up to even do that. Big ups to him. All right. My camera's froze again. Hopefully it don't happen. But going on to the Patriots. Everyone wants to talk about Drake Maye and the offense, which deservingly so. We need to start talking about this defense. They haven't allowed a 50-yard rusher all year. All freaking year, Max. That is impressive.
They did. Who? Sean Tucker.
Oh, did Sean Tucker get over 50 yards finally?
He was the first guy. He was the first guy.
Goodness.
But yeah, dude. They don't even, like I said, they don't even have like these huge name guys. You're not like, holy shit, they have like 20, they have like 20 all pros back there. Yeah, 53 yards. Big 9 for 53.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Have held a rusher under 50, over 55. We'll move it to 55.
Yeah. Correct. There we go. Let's move the needle. But yeah, no, they are tough. This is what we thought with Vrabel. This is why Vrabel was the hottest commodity. I know Ben Johnson was fun. I know Aaron Glenn, Kellen Moore. Vrabel was already proven. He brings a toughness. He does all the little crap right you want your head coach to do. If he was head coaching the Eagles, that game would have been over a lot smoother. I'll just say that. But, I mean, I want to just ask you one question. And I know they deserve credit, the defense. Drake Maye, Matthew Stafford, Justin Herbert. Who's the favorite for MVP right now?
It's definitely not Justin Herbert.
I just threw him in there to make you mad.
I would say it's Matthew Stafford. But
And
man,
May, right? It's
yeah, oh
one of
yeah,
those
oh
two.
yeah, yeah.
May's number 2, if not number 1.
We'll see. We will see how Patrick Mahomes plays. He has a big game. You know how the narrative goes. People love the Chiefs. People love Patrick Mahomes. But we shall see if Patrick Mahomes is going to throw his hat into this conversation again, because he already was doing it 3 weeks ago. So let's bring up the big conversation. Brought up MVP. Let's talk about them as a team. Do you trust them to be a Super Bowl contender, this New England Patriots team?
I'm going to say yes. I am. I know it's really young with their second-year quarterback. I watched the Eagles with Carson Wentz do it. We've seen other second-year quarterbacks, Russell Wilson, take a big leap, especially Wentz. Wentz was kind of on the same track. I know I'm an Eagle fan. I love bringing him up, but I'm just saying, Derek Carr too. Derek Carr, Carson Wentz, really young quarterbacks who are in the front running for the MVP award on a good team. They already have a good defense. We can trust their head coach. I would say I trust them one. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds a little early, and you're going to say, Max, why are you going to trust them? You said you didn't trust the Seattle Seahawks, and they've only had 1 year. I get that. Mike McDonald has not proven that he's an amazing coach. He is proving that right now. Mike Vrabel is an amazing coach. We knew that going into
100%.
it. We knew that when he got hired. Tennessee fans were angry when he got fired.
Yes.
Yeah, I will say this. I think they're going to win their division. I don't think Buffalo is going to win this division. I think Buffalo, the wheels might fall off.
I would say this about the New England Patriots before we transition into the Bills, because I feel like that makes sense. The Bills have 2 out of the 3 recipes, I feel like, to go on a deep playoff run. They got the great quarterback that can make any throw, and I feel like I'm pretty confident that he can go toe-to-toe with all the AFC quarterbacks, as crazy as that sounds. I do believe in him like that. Number 2, they can stop the run. You're not going to be able to run the football on the New England Patriots like that. The one element...
Wait. You're saying the Patriots? You're talking about the Patriots?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, you said the Bills have 2 things to make a deep playoff run. You're saying about the Patriots, though.
No, Patriots. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
The Patriots.
No. I just missed. Okay.
Patriots are missing one element, and hopefully it gets fixed by the one guy, and that's Travion Henderson, because they can't run the football efficiently. You're going to have to run. I'm not saying you're going to have to go crazy. The Chiefs never go crazy with the run game when they win their Super Bowls. Run it efficiently.
But we also have to think, too, if they have Ramondre Stevenson, we're like, when's he going to cough it up? When's he going to make a mistake?
Yeah, that's the one element that scares me about them. That's the only thing I push back on, is like, okay, are we going to see Ramondre Stevenson getting the ball left and right, and Travion Henderson is just this explosive back on the sidelines just looking at him fumbling the ball?
Yeah, just being like, looks fun.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I get scared with the Patriots, man. But that was a ballsy win. If we're doing our picks, I would have went all in on Tampa Bay, and I felt like Tampa Bay played really good. Like they were just outmatched, really.
I agree.
Let's move on to the Buffalo Bills, the team who got beat by the Miami Dolphins 30-13. Is this a fluke, or are you panicking on the Bills?
Gonna panic a little bit, and this is why. Before the game, we heard a report, and this is what I talked about when I made my video about the Bills have to be aggressive. They wanted to trade for Jalen Waddle, Juan. I don't know if you heard this report.
Yeah.
They didn't want to part with a first-round pick this year. They were like, no, it's too much of a price. This is why you guys consistently get talked about by me and Juan as not doing enough to help Josh Allen and to go get elite talent. I don't know what the consensus is on Jalen Waddle. I think he's a really talented receiver. I wouldn't call him elite, but I would call him something the Bills don't have. He's explosive. You look at their team, like we always talk about. Keon Coleman, he's a big body jump ball receiver, but he don't scare you, Juan, does he?
No.
Oh, we're really worried about Keon Coleman running by the defense. Hey, Khalil Shakir, he's going to do what, Juan? He's going to win underneath. Why would you not do this trade? And this isn't why you lost the game, but it just speaks to the philosophy of your team where it was like you're too scared to push the chips into the table. The fact that I'm watching Jordan Poyer play meaningful snaps for you at 35 years old as a safety, like that's the best we got. I know Cole Bishop is playing good, and maybe he got hurt. I didn't have my eyes super close on this game. But the fact they're getting gashed by Devon Chain, it's just like the same old Bills. They're soft. Their defense is soft. Their defense is trash, low key. Like, I don't want to be too aggressive because I know people will be like, oh, it's not trash. It isn't trash. But it's not the caliber of defense you need to win Super Bowls. Where's the difference maker? Maxwell Harrison, he looked good in his first game. He had a rough showing in the second game. But he's a rookie. I don't expect a rookie to come in right away and be just awesome performer, right? That's not realistic, especially a corner. I'm just tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. I know they have people.
They're too Josh Allen centric. It's all Josh Allen. It's the Josh Allen show. I know
people are gonna say, "Well, they run the ball efficiently." That's just because everyone's afraid of Josh Allen. You're not actually a great run team. You don't move. You're not just blowing people off the line.
Yeah,
like that's what people. That's like a misconception. Is like they're this powerhouse. Yeah, they run the ball effectively, but if you're a team, if you're gonna let James Cook go for 150 and limit Josh Allen, you take that every day.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of it.
I think the fact that Jalen Waddle was even available for them for an in-division opponent should have been speaking volumes right there. It's like, man, and I do think that they were asking for a little bit more. You get that, that interest on that that division interest on it.
They wouldn't pay the tax on Quinnen Williams. They didn't want to pay extra for him.
Right.
Why? Yeah. You're trying to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. I agree. When you're the Bills and you have the guy, you have Josh Allen. There's no question marks there. You have to be aggressive. You have to be. And for a guy like Jalen Waddle, he would have changed their whole freaking offense, bro. He's so explosive. He would have brought some real deep threat to them. Scored a touchdown on them in the game.
Yeah.
So
and you know what's crazy is Tua didn't even play that great. Again, he was putting the ball in harm's way like crazy.
I mean,
but
look,
the fact that you're getting moved by like the Miami Dolphins offensive line,
right?
You're getting moved. You're letting Devon Chain just run by your whole team. It's just like you lack dynamic playmakers. When are we ever going to address that? They tried with Maxwell Harrison. Okay, I got that. You need fast linebackers. You need explosive defensive linemen. You don't have those two things for the last 5 effing years.
Yeah. And it doesn't get any easier for them because just FYI, they got Tampa Bay still, New England still, and they still got to play Philly. That's who they got left on their schedule still. So they got some
I'll
easy.
say one thing. They beat the Chiefs one, and then maybe it was just a fluke. So I guess anyone who's listening to this who knows us to be Bill supporters are going to say, well, why are you guys so critical? They beat the Chiefs. Maybe they just, took the week off. Well, I'm sorry. You're going to lose the division at the rate you're going.
Yeah. You can't lose games like that. We'll see what happens with the Bills, but it's just not looking good, man. They're too Josh Allen centric. And they'll be fine. They're still going to make the playoffs. I'm not going to say that they suck and they're going to miss the playoffs. It's just I don't think they're going to win their division, and they're going to be playing on the road.
3 games are no cakewalk. They're playing Tampa, They're playing Tampa, Texans, Steelers.
Yeah. Moving on to another AFC team. Let's talk a little bit about Indy and Atlanta. Shout out to this game because I woke up and seen Jonathan Taylor have 200 yards rushing with already 2 touchdowns. Look, we're talking about Matthew Stafford and Drake Maye. Does he have any shot, Max? JT? Any shot? I mean, if he keeps this up, nothing?
I mean, like 2%, right?
I think if he keeps this up, I think he would win it. He can't have a dud. He needs to keep this pace.
But just like, they could have like a game where they just air it out and he doesn't really get involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if they play someone bad.
Yeah. I hope he does. I'm rooting for JT to win the MVP. I think it will be a good story. I think a running back should be able to win it when he's having the season like Jonathan Taylor is. But maybe the NFL values touchdowns more than yards because we've seen the guys with the yardage and it doesn't work. Derrick Henry's and Saquon Barkley's. But maybe the touchdowns will work. So we'll see about that. What do you think about the Colts, Max?
Good performance, gritty. I know it's a weird game. You're in, I think, what was it, Germany? Was that where they were playing?
Yeah.
They were playing in Germany. It's a weird game. Gritty win. Atlanta, you're 3-6. It's looking. They're 3-6, right?
Yeah, 3-6.
Don't. When are we gonna do it? When are we gonna do it? I guess that's my question.
Yeah.
How much longer are we gonna like? If I told you before the year, hey, they're gonna be worse than the Carolina Panthers, you'd say you're crazy. There's no way.
Right. And I
Guess
would,
what? They are.
yeah, and I would say this. This is one of those losses where I feel like it's the straw that breaks the camel's back for the Falcons. It was a heartbreaking loss. I felt like they played really good. Like Drake London was going off, and it came down to a fourth down that Indy had. I thought that it was the grittiest play of the game, where Tyler Warren on like a 4th and 2, basically manhandled. I think it was Xavier Watts or Billy Bowman, one-on-one coverage, and he snatches the ball and they get the first down. I feel like that was the play of the game. But I'm going to ask you the same question that I did for the Patriots. Are you convinced that the Colts, with the easy schedule, are a Super Bowl contender? Are you sold? Are you do you think that they can beat Kansas City, those big dogs?
I don't know. That's tough.
It is.
I'm not convinced, but I know they're not going to be like a cakewalk. I don't think they're fool's gold, if that makes sense. They're a good team. I think if they played Kansas City in the playoffs, they might lose that game, but it's going to be a close game. It's not like they're just going to get exposed, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's just the thing that scares me about them, which ironically they play Kansas City next game, so we're going to see something. Off a bye week, by the way. But it's not Sam Darnold. Daniel Jones just scares me. That's all it is. It's just that he scares
a little
me.
Scary this game.
Yeah,
scary.
Yeah, and that's the only thing. And a lot of people, because you can argue that with the Patriots, where their only two big wins were Buffalo and Tampa Bay. The rest of their schedule has been kind of soft, kind of like Indianapolis. And you're gonna say, why don't you have that same energy for them? I just feel like it's a different feel for the Patriots. The Patriots, the quarterback is a lot more stabilized than them. And
well, I mean, I wouldn't even go that far. I feel like the Patriots are a different course of like their building, right? Like this isn't just year 2. There's so many new faces in the building. Like this team is coming together. The Colts have kind of been together for a while. Like the core has been there.
Yeah.
Like Michael Pittman, Jonathan Taylor, Quentin Nelson. Those guys have been there.
Yeah, Zaire Franklin. A lot of the
like those guys.
defensive
those guys aren't spring chickens. Where a lot of the guys we talk about on New England, like Kyle Williams, we didn't even talk about him making a play. That's a spring chicken. Like a rookie, like he'll be there next year.
And I trust Mike Vrabel a lot more than Shane Steichen. Shane Steichen has been doing great this year, but it's a wait and see. I'm glad that the Colts still got some guys on that they have to play, where we're gonna find out about them. So they have, let me check right here. They have Kansas City, Houston, Seattle still.
Yeah.
They got Houston twice. So I'm gonna love to see them against Houston, and I'm gonna love to see them against Seattle and Kansas City. So we're gonna see what they're made out of. Sauce Gardner got to be on a 2-point conversion. With all things considered, I thought he played decent for the change of scenery. Yeah, short week. We'll see what happens.
International game.
Yeah, but
super weird.
That book is not gonna. Even if he struggles next week, even though I'm not a fan of the trade, I don't think it's gonna be based off 1 week. I think it's gonna be a longevity thing. We'll see how he does overall. But just a little nugget right there for you guys. Last game that I want to talk about, or 2 games. We'll go 2 games. I want to talk about Minnesota and Baltimore. I want to talk about JJ McCarthy. I had a close eye on this game. Surprisingly, my eye catches games like this. Part of the reason why I got JJ McCarthy and Justin Jefferson on my fantasy team. But 9 false starts at home for the Minnesota Vikings. and this
It's got to be a
offense,
record, right? It's
this
got to be.
offense looked absolutely horrendous, and I just,
It just looks out of sorts. It looks like they don't have a lot of familiarity with each other, which makes sense, right? JJ McCarthy's been in and out. It's
yeah,
kind of tough.
I
And
feel
he's a
like
rookie. He's basically a rookie.
he misses some throws where he misses the easy ones, but he makes the hard ones. Like that throw to Jalen Naylor in the end zone. That was a tough throw. Like that was a really good throw by JJ.
Yeah.
But you look like
Yeah.
3 plays before that. It's like he's missing a freaking 10-yard dig wide open. And it's like,
Yeah. I
where's the
agree.
consistency at? And
He's
it
so
bothers
young
me.
one. Like he's trying to find it.
Yeah, it's just it's tough.
Like
It's tough to
I know
see.
I liked him coming out, and I'm not trying to defend his performance. It wasn't good enough, but I'm just saying he didn't play as a rookie. You play one game and you're hurt for 6 weeks, and then you come back. It's not easy, especially you're a young player.
Yep. Oh, I feel you. Right now
Baltimore's alive.
They're 4 and
Baltimore is
5.
alive.
Yeah, Baltimore is
Yeah, they're
alive.
alive.
I thought it was
Because Pittsburgh sucks. Pittsburgh sucks.
yeah. Pittsburgh played the Chargers, which I thought it was a pitiful performance from the Steelers. I thought they should have won this game with all things considered. No tackles for, I mean, the offensive linemen in general for the Chargers they're terrible. Okay, to put, I seen this one clip, Max, where they were showing the rankings right on Sunday Night Football for the Chargers.
PFF.
Every single one of them were like 36 out of 38, 38 out of 38. I'm just like, geez.
That's what makes the win really impressive, and the way Justin Herbert's had to play quarterback this year. And I think Harbaugh is really good at just kind of buying his guy. Like, when they passed the ball, as bad as the O-line was, and I mean, Herbert was under constant pressure, they still did some smart things, like keeping him Madlock to help out the offensive. They're not just like, let's just air it out. Like, I feel like if it's Brandon Staley, he's like, we'll just air it out. Like, who cares? Like, that's not the right path. Like, Harbaugh protected them as much as he could, if that makes sense. And Herbert balled out. He really made a lot of plays. I was talking to our boy Playa before the game. He's like, what do people see in Herbert that I don't see? I'm like, he just makes plays. And it's never pretty around him, and he like transcends the garbage to make plays, and that's what he did tonight, or excuse me, Sunday night.
Yeah. Look, the Chargers, with all things considered, it's looking good. They're keeping
7-3 is a really impressive record for.
I don't know how long this is gonna last. I'm just gonna say
it's gonna last. It's gonna last.
I mean, the Charger fan in you wants it to last, but we'll see how long it lasts, and I don't know if that's sustainable in the playoffs. I don't have trust.
I was thinking the same thing about the Raiders. How long will it last?
As far as them being bad?
Yeah. It's not sustainable. You would think like they just have to be.
Oh, it's sustainable. Trust me. that thing is riding strong.
I saw a graphic that was like Raiders season since 2000. It was like green dots winning seasons. Wasn't a lot of green dots, Juan. Yeah, not a lot of green dots.
I know this already. I know this. Pittsburgh, on the other hand.
A lot of green dots.
Are they dead?
I think so. They suck. Yeah.
I know, but Pittsburgh is one of those teams.
It's their defense more than anything. I know their offense has been playing bad the last couple of weeks, but I'm shocked how bad their defense can be at times.
Yeah. You would think TJ Watt and the
crew. How
do
you not dominate this game if you're the Steelers?
It's just so weird though, Max. We just got done talking about the 2 AFC teams that we like the most, that's been playing great. Indianapolis and New England. Guess who beat both of those teams? Pittsburgh. So it's just weird. Yeah. It's weird. I'm not going to count on Mike Tomlin because he's so weird. They're still going to win 8 games. They're still going to win 9 games.
I know.
But I can't wait to see them against Baltimore. I think Baltimore, like
they
you
got
said,
2 more games, right?
Let's see. Let me double check that.
Yeah, no, they haven't played. They haven't played this year. No, did they?
Yeah, they still got to play Pittsburgh twice. They still got to play. So Ravens got a lot of division. They got 4 divisional games still. They got to play Cincinnati twice and Pittsburgh.
This division is 5-4. The winning team right now. I did not think this would be the worst division of football.
Yeah, I think 9 wins this division.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's going to go 9-8 and just get bounced in the first. What a story.
They're going to play that Panther early Saturday game on ESPN for sure.
Oh, they love that game. Yeah. They love that game.
Anything else? One more game because I feel like it's warranted. We're done on the Jags, right?
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. No, we're not even. There's nothing to talk about. Can't trust them. How do you lose this game?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm out on the Jags.
Let's take a break on the Jags till Travis Hunter comes back.
I'm out on Trevor Lawrence. I'm out. I'm done. I can't defend it no more.
I said this to Dak, our friend. Trevor Lawrence, Caleb Williams, Kyler Murray are going to go down as the 3 at the time most for sure prospects that are going to end up just the most middle of the pack quarterbacks we've seen, in my opinion. Because if I told you before the draft, hey, you know who's going to be average? Trevor Lawrence. You'd be like, no way. Right. Kyler Murray's going to be average. Caleb Williams is going to be average. You'd say no way, right?
Right.
But these guys, they're not bust. Well, they're kind of bust, but they're kind of not, right?
Yeah. I'm out. I'm out. You can't.
I'm
lose
out too. I'm out.
You can't lose to Davis Mills. You get Liam Cohen. I know Travis Hunter went down. I know Brian Thomas has been, not having an amazing season. Plus, he's been hurt. I'm done though. I can't defend you no more, bro. When you're up by that many points on a division opponent and you can't get the job done, I'm out. I can't defend you no more. I had big expectations for you. I was wrong, and I think you're overpaid, and I think you're living off the number 1 pick hype. And I want to give an apology to our native
listeners,
our native friend, Joey. If you're watching this, you were right. You talked a lot about Trevor Lawrence. I don't know if he's better than Brock Purdy still, but I'm going to tell you this. A lot of the things that you were saying about Trevor Lawrence, I said, give it one more year. Let's see Liam Cohen. I think this is the year. I was wrong. You were right. I think Trevor Lawrence is overrated as hell. And
I'll never say Joey's right on camera, so whatever. I don't care. Give him one more year, Joey. One more year. If Joey thinks Trey Lance can still be good, Trevor Lawrence can still be good.
That's the one person that I remember going back and forth, especially when our trade value list. He was fighting with that Trevor Lawrence thing.
I feel like we got to make that an annual thing from now on, the way the NFL is.
Yeah, 100%. Well, right. I think that's going to do it. Anything else on week 10, Max?
It was a very good week. Good bounce back week.
Yeah. Good bounce back week. I can't wait till I think next week is going to be really good. There's some really good matchups.
Who do the Raiders play?
They play Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. So they don't play on Sunday. So they can't ruin my Sunday. They can't ruin my Sunday.
Peak TV. Y'all win that game. Y'all win that game.
You think Dak watches the game?
I don't know. I thought you guys should watch it together.
Oh, my God. Anyway, make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. Make sure to like the video. Comment down below any thoughts, opinions that you guys have. Until next time, we out. Peace. Big dreams, everything ain't what it seems. Glittering gold, both ways. Not on my team. This organic, we don't